lot of books in front of me. Remember what I said about having a convenient bookstore at our public library? Well, we go there a lot, so Mama wants to look all the time. 4 places that I've hauled books from. 1 is my subscription service, 8 from the Dollar Tree, 43 from the library, and 2 were thrifted. So let's get into this big, enormous haul. Right, so the first thing that we're probably going to get out of the way is what I chose from Book of the Month. Again, I probably shouldn't show these because I do my unboxing, but we'll make it quick. I chose The Lion That Held Us by David Joy. First time reading from this author. I chose him because it's kind of a Southern genre, which I want to start collecting a little collection of Southern genres. And I heard great things about David Joy. It's the first time read for me. I'm doing the audiobook because the narrator, I forget what his name is, but he has a Southern drawl, and so it makes this story even better. So it's a short read, excited about it. So I got that one for my Book of the Month of August. Let me just go over really quickly what I'm looking for when I'm looking for books or hauling books. First, I'm looking for authors off my top 50 authors that I want to read. Secondly, I am looking for books that are based around Southern atmospheres, or just a Southern genre, and I'm gonna start a collection on my bookshelf for that. I'm looking for classics, but I'm looking for like horror classics, vintage horror classics. And then also I'm looking for thrillers and mysteries at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I did stumble across series, which I didn't know until later. I try to look on Goodread, but sometimes I don't get signal. But let's go ahead and get into the 2 books that I found at Goodwill. I got Whistlin, Dixie in the Northeastern by Lisa Patton. And Lisa Patton is one of the authors I put on my top 50 that I want to read from. She has books that are in the Southern genre, and that's why I chose her. And this was $1.99, and I think the cover is cute. So I picked that one up. The next book I got is a paperback, floppy. It's cute. I love the cover. It's Beautiful Ruins by Jess Walter, and I chose this one because I don't have many male authors, and I think it's a historical fiction, so I picked up this one. Okay, let's get into Dollar Tree. Again, I'm aware of Dollar Tree. So many people on Instagram said, go to Dollar Tree, go to Dollar Tree, and I noticed a lot of books that I've seen on Book Outlet were at the Dollar Tree. So I was like, what? Because I'm gonna be honest, back in Texas, a lot of it was like religious books or coloring books or activity types of books, unless I just wasn't aware of authors then. But I could have swore I didn't see like books like these, like books that I've seen on Book Outlet, and I was like, for $1, what? But I can't go there all the time. Like I said, it's really out of the way for me, and so when I went, I got 8 books. I think that's pretty good, but I think, yeah, 2 of them are in a series. Kind of bummed. So if you see a book that goes with this book, think of me. No, I'm just kidding. But here's the first one. It is Charmed. The cover is gorgeous. All of these are in great condition, and I think Hexed is one of them. I don't know what there's like 3 books that go in this. This is by Michelle Krys. This is about a witch series, so I guess this is more paranormal genre, I guess. Yeah, beautiful cover. Was interested in it, so I picked up this one. The next one I got, beautiful cover. This is an international bestseller. This is by Anne McPartlin. Okay, yeah, that's the book that I got. So pretty. I think this is contemporary. I think it's contemporary. I wanted some contemporary because it's not one of my favorites or go-to, so I knew that maybe I needed it to break up some stories. But it was a beautiful cover. I think this had really good ratings, so I picked this one up. The next one I got is a middle grade book. Love the cover on this one. Obsessed. This is The Bone Seeker by M.J. McGrath. Middle grade book. Yeah, it had really good ratings, and I think a kid goes missing. Like it's some type of school trip or something, or maybe it's a camp. I don't really remember. It was a while ago, but had a really good read, so I'm kind of excited about that. So I got that book. I'm telling you, I've never seen any of these books back home or when I used to go to the Dollar Tree. The next book I got was the only Penguin spine, and you guys know I'm looking for the spine cover Penguin books, and this is The Crane Wife by Patrick Ness. And I think this is a magical realism. It's about a guy in a shop and some woman comes to life or something. Like I said, I don't know, and if I'm making stuff up, I'm sorry. It was just a long time ago, but I got this book at the Dollar Tree. Okay, the next one is another Penguin, I think, but doesn't have that beautiful spine. But I love the cover. It has like that silicone, it's embossed, and this is Under the Harrow by Flynn Barry. This is a thriller. It's a scary one. So I got this one. So yeah, the cover intrigued me. Okay. The next one is a well-known author in the YA realm, and I saw the author, I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that one. But come to find out, it's in a series. So like I said, if you see the first book that goes to this, remember me. No, I'm just kidding. This is Victoria Schwab, The Unbound, an archive novel. So it sounds really interesting. It's something about libraries, some type of realm. Is this dystopian? It's like dystopian meets paranormal meets mystery, right? I don't know. It sounded appealing. I'm not going to read the back because I have tons of books to go through, but yeah, the first one is a blue one with like a key on it or something. So this sounded really interesting, and the author's well known, so I picked this one up. All right, the next one I think is a contemporary. This is The Days of Awe by Lauren Fox. This sounded very uplifting at the same time, yet she's going, this character here, I remember this one, she's going through some tough times in life. She, in her marriage with her daughter, and then she loses her best friend, but then it's kind of uplifting at the same time. It's trying to find the good out of all the bad kind of type of story, I think. I love the color. This blue is beautiful, but I found this, and I did see this on Book Outlet, so I was just like, what? So yeah, got that one. The last one seemed very intriguing. This is Girl Under the Water. Again, gorgeous cover, hardcover for only $1, and it actually has a review on the back by Jodi Picoult. It says, what if the most devastating moment of your life was also the beginning of something beautiful? Girl Under the Water is a compelling coming-of-age love story that will have you rooting for its teen narrator, a girl who survives a disaster and finds herself trapped between a traumatic past and a frail future. Trust me, dive in. Sounds good. And if it's really good and appropriate for my daughter, I'd love to read this with her or whatnot, but got that one. So those are all the books that I got from Dollar Tree. I know, so exciting. So thank you for recommending me to go to the Dollar Tree, but if I go, I probably will check it out maybe once a month. But I'm so bummed that, you know, I have to find some that has the series in them. I even did that with the library books because I was just excited. Okay, so the first one here, I know it's a science fiction. This is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and all I know is that it's a science fiction, and it's another male author, so I went ahead and picked this up. This was actually $1, so excited, picked that one up. The next one here was $1. This is Above All Things by Tanis, Rideout. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I think she's a Canadian author. So this is a fiction survival story, and I kind of like books like that. I like adventure-esque books. So I think it's something about Mount Everest. Yes. So I picked up that one. The next book I picked up, excited for, it's my first Gillian Flynn, Gone Girl, hardcover. It was $1. And yeah, I'm excited about this. I know there was a movie and it has Ben Affleck in it. And I can't remember if I've seen it because I am a movie person. So sometimes I compare movies to my books and genres and things that I like. But anyways, I haven't seen the movie, but I think I've seen a trailer of it. I don't know, it's been so long. But anyways, I thought I would pick up the book and read it and maybe go back and see the movie and compare the two. Yeah, so I got this book, Gillian Flynn, Gone Girl. You guys know how I felt about the grown-ups she wrote. That was like, the first 2 lines or couple, I was like, what am I reading? But we'll see. I think she's probably gonna be a great writer, so I picked up that book. Okay, the next book I picked up is part of my Southern genre. This is The Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I heard great things about this off of Goodreads, and it's kind of in the horror genre, or maybe mystery genre. I believe it's about a crime. So I don't know for sure if this is fiction or nonfiction. But if you, again, let me know. Let me know. Got this one. This was actually 50 cents. I know. So exciting. Can't wait to dive into that. Also, I picked up to finish my Divergent series, which I love that. I know, but I love it. I got 4 for $1. I have not, this is the only one I haven't read. This is just about him before he came into Dauntless. So I'm excited to read this, and then I'll be done with that collection. Yeah, so excited. I know. Okay, so the next book I got, this was just on a whim because Stephen King did a review on the back, and it says that it's compared to Thomas Harris' The Red Dragon, that this book is. This is The Intruder by Peter Blauner? Blauner? I don't know. But yeah, Stephen King wrote a big review about it. Turning pages, great characters, and it was compared to Red Dragon, which is the movie series with Hannibal Lecter, and which I didn't know was a book. I'm telling you, I'm a movie person before books, but now I'm into books and movies. So yeah, excited to maybe check out Thomas Harris. But anyhow, I got this book. I don't know, if Stephen King liked it, maybe it's great. It looks kind of eerie, so I picked this up. And I think this one's 50 cents. All right. I'm trying to get through these really quickly, guys. Okay, the next one, love this. Made me think of my childhood years. And you guys, I have a bad memory about being a child and remembering my childhood years, but I do remember nice, solid cover books like this. I want to start collecting books like this. This is The Ghost of Windy Hill by Clyde Robert Bula. I don't know. This is published in 1968. So look how cool that is. The illustration's very old, watercolor-like-ish. So it's an old weekly reader, like exciting. So this was in the children's section, and it was $1. So excited about that. I will bust that out around October. So the next book that I have is on my Goodreads, and it's part of my genre category. This is The Pecan Man by Cassie, Dandridge, Selleck. Yeah, okay. So this is a small paperback, about 131 pages, but this is about the Pecan Man, and it's about a mystery crime that, I remember this, that he services a woman's home, yet he is charged for murder that he didn't commit, I believe, but he's well known in the community or something that way. And it's historical fiction. It's based in 1976, so I'm just intrigued by it, so I picked up this. I can't believe I even found this real quickly. I mean, I just added this to my Goodreads, and when I saw it in the library, I was like, oh, The Pecan Man. So anyhow, this was $1. All right, if I seem out of breath or things seem different, I had to leave real quick to go pick up my daughter. She has a half day today. It's hard to keep up with that now here in California. My kids have half days. Like, they're never at school, it seems like. But anyways, yeah, it's hot outside. Then I had to go to the grocery store real quick. But where were we? Yeah, lots of books. Now I have hair sticking to my face. Anyways, this is life. Okay, yes, library books. Okay. So, I also found the popular, infamous You by Caroline Kepnes. Actually, this is the second one I found because the first one I found was a paperback, which I love both covers of them, but I think I like this one because it's more mysterious, but I definitely love the red in this one. So I love both. I don't know if I'm going to keep both because I did notice that this one has a lot of food stains in it. So I'm assuming this person could not put this book down, but they were hungry. So I got these two. This is supposed to be, I don't know if it's thriller or horror. I've seen it in both, so I'm not really sure, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I knew that it was a really great read, apparently, and I can't wait to read it in October. So I got both of these. They were both $1. All right, I got Charlaine Harris. I think that's how you pronounce her name, and I'm such a dope, but you guys heard me talk about her in my first book haul, and the Snooky Stackhouse is actually the character from the vampire show True Blood, and it actually said it on there. HBO show the series was made after that, so I was like, you dope. I've only seen season 2 of that, but I didn't know that it was after True Blood, and that's what it was based on. So now I'm really intrigued, and I definitely want to read those books, but I need to get the rest of them first. I think I only have the second book for that series. But anyhow, I picked up another book by her, and this is Grave Sight. So excited. I think she's going to be a really great author, so got this for 50 cents. All right, the next book I got is another author on my list. This is Agatha Christie, and Then There Were None. She's supposed to be like the queen of crime in mystery books. So this is one of everyone's favorites, so I can't wait to dive into her. She's a vintage author, and it's exciting, and it's paperback, and I apparently have a high. So if you donated this book, I have your book now. What I have is The Silent Wife by A.S.A. Harrison. So I have this one. This is a mystery thriller. It might be in the domestic genre. Yeah, so I have that book. The next book I found, this was 50 cents. This is 10 by Gretchen McNeil. 10 Teens, 3 Days, 1 Killer. So sounds very interesting. I think I'm going to want to read this in October. I've heard good things about it, so I picked up that. The next book I have here, again, I'm trying to collect the penguin books with the orange spine. This is Kim Edwards' The Lake of Dreams. Don't know too much about it, but I do try to read the synopsis, that if it intrigues me, or any authors that review it, or if I get good reception, I look it up on Goodreads. But again, I want to collect these because I like them. This haul is going to be awkward, but yeah, got this book. Okay, next book I got was another penguin book. This is Kim Edwards. So now I have 2 books by Kim Edwards, so I definitely need to read her. This one is The Memory Keeper's Daughter. I think a lot of people have read this. I think this came out in 2015 or whatnot, but I remember the synopsis on this one. This has to do with a doctor delivering a baby, and something goes wrong. Something like that, but yeah. So I picked this one up. I think these were $1, so I love this. Okay, the next book I have here is a big hardcover of Big Little Lies by Lane Moriarty. Yeah, so I'm interested in this author here. She's also on my top 50 to read. I know there was like an HBO series that they did with this book. So I'm excited to read this and maybe check that out. I don't know too much about it, but I hear that she's great. So I'm excited about this. This was $1. All right. The next book I have here I found for 50 cents. It's a paperback. It is The Spiritualist by Megan Chance. Yeah, so the title intrigued me, and I was thinking I could read this around October. It is set in 1865, so I'm assuming it has to do with those in that era where they were doing seances and things for like entertaining the rich and things. I love that back in the 1800s. So yeah, this is a fiction, and I'm excited to dive into this. The next book I went ahead and bit the bullet. I've seen this so many times and I was like, I'll get it next time, I'll get it next time. And this is Behind Closed Door by B.A. Paris. This would be my second book to read by her. I did read her new one that came out this year, was Bring Me Back. But I heard that this one's everyone's favorite, and the reason why I was debating, because I already read from her and I'm really trying to get authors that I haven't read, but I hear that this one's everyone's favorite, so I'm going to read this one. I'm excited about it, so I got that book. The next book I got is a classic that I'm trying to collect, and I want to collect like different publishing collections as well, and this is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Super excited, one of my favorites. I just love the horror classics very much. So it's a cute little pocketbook one, and yeah, I'm excited to read this around fall, which I watched the horror classic black and white shows around that time anyways, and I just thought, you know what, why don't I start reading the book? So I picked that up. Let's see, the next book I got is another paperback. I love the floppy ones, they do feel nice. This is The Witches of New York by Amy McKay. So I picked up this book, I absolutely love the cover. I like to read things about witches, especially in a historical fiction way. This again is in the 1800s, so excited about this book. It is a chunker, but I know I'll get to it. Okay, the next book I have that intrigued me. He's not on my list, but I hear everybody talk about him, especially Lisa from Lisa's Books and Smiles. I think that's her channel's name. She talked about this, and then Sarah's Nightstand, I believe. She also talked about this. A Man Called Uwe. Is it Uwe? The author is Frederick Backman, and it's about a grumpy old man, which I love. If you know people from the South, they love their grandparents, especially their grandfathers, because they are grumpy. But anyways, just heard great things about this, and it's also a male author that I would like to collect or read from. But anyways, found this. This was $1. Okay, the next book I found is in a series, which it's 50 cents, but you know, I read the synopsis and it kind of intrigued me. This is I feel like it's a science fiction type of book. It says, when a meteor hits the moon and knocks it closer to the orbit to the Earth, nothing will ever be the same. Worldwide tidal waves, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and that's just the beginning. And this is Life as We Knew It, Susan Beth Pfeiffer. And it's in a series. So I have to find the other one, or if I'll read this, then I'll just buy the whole set on Amazon, because I already looked it up. But it just sounded very interesting to me. I like that type of thing, like the end of the world type of books, so I picked that up. The next book I found is another Orange Spine Penguin book, and this is Stories of the Old South. This seems very interesting. It's a collection of different stories by different writers. I think a lot of them are Southern based. Some of them are known as Gothic Southern writers. Yeah, so we have a lot. So excited about reading this. I found that for $1, and then I have Sophia Hannah, which is another writer on my top 50. This is The Dead Laid Down, paperback, another Penguin Orange Spine. Yeah, and this is the other one that I had hauled previously. It was The Wrong Mother. Yeah. So I definitely need to start reading her, because now I have 2 books by her. The next book I picked up is, I love this cover, is The Dry, but this is also in a series. Like, what? So yeah, I don't know anything about it. The cover pulled me in. It's called The Dry. This is by Jane Harper. I know it's a thriller, so yeah. Okay, so I got this book. Let me know if you read any of these books. Okay, the next book I know is a Southern base genre, and I put this author on my list. It's Tumbleweeds. And she's also the author of Roses and then some other books that goes with this, I think, maybe. I'm not sure if they go together, but I liked it because it was referenced to Gone with the Wind, and Gone with the Wind is a book that I want to read, but it's like my ultimate movie, old classic movie. Like, I watch it all the time, like all the time. Love it, but I haven't read the book, but I need to read the book. But anyways, I got this beautiful book, and I can't wait to get more books by this author. I did find the other book too. I don't know if it's in a series or not, of Lisa Patton. This is Yankee Doodle Dixie. Sounds so cute and southern, so I can't wait to read this. So can't wait to give her a try. So I found that book. I found a wonderful Stephen King book. This is you guys are making history with me. This is my first owned Stephen King book, and I can't wait to start this on audio. I did sample a couple of pages because I was very intrigued. Love Stephen King. I've watched his movies, but I haven't read his books. This is Bag of Bones, and this beautiful book was 50 cents, and it's in beautiful condition. I'm excited. It says a haunted love story on the back. Yeah, it's a beautiful cover. It has a little creepy house. Looks like it's out in the boonies or something, but I think this is set in Maine. Yeah. So, anyhow, I plan on doing most of Stephen King's, maybe not all of them, but I definitely want to check out like the audio book version and see if the narrator is any good. But you guys let me know what your favorite Stephen King books are. More books here to share with you guys. So found this book. This author is not on my list, but I heard about this book and it sounded very intriguing. It's about a person feeling emotions when they eat cake. I don't know if it was a girl or a mom or somebody, but it's called The Particular Sadness of a Lemon Cake by Amy Bender. So I found that for $1. Then this was another types of books that I want to get into. I don't know if it's fiction or nonfiction, but you guys know if you've watched me, I like to run. I just love running. It's very therapeutic, and I like to read on it. So I decided that I wanted to start collecting books on people who wrote things about running or just anything that referenced that. And this is John L. Parker Jr., Once a Runner. It says the best novel ever written about running. Runner's World, which is a magazine subscription service, but picked that up for $1. So can't wait to read that. And then I have another book. This is called The Running Dream. I'm assuming that this is either YA or middle grade, by Gwendolyn Van Duranden. I don't know. This is YA. About a 16-year-old named Jessica. She's a runner, so when a tragic accident causes her to lose one of her legs, she is shattered inside and out. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. So I can't wait to read this because I know how that feels, especially running is a passion of mine. And a couple years ago, I had gone to the doctor because I had bad shin splits, and he told me to take like a month or two off from running, and it just made me really sad and emotional, which was crazy. But anyways, I'm probably gonna cry in this book, so I got that book. That was $1. Next book I'm excited about. It's a little scary because I already know about this because there's a booktuber that I follow, Lindsay's Little Library, has mentioned this, but the synopsis sounds so sad, and as a mother's point of view, I don't know, I'm a little hesitant, but I'm intrigued. It's called Reconstructing Amelia by Kimberly McCreight. Yeah. And I don't know, but I don't want to tell you about this book, but definitely read this up on Goodreads because it seems like a really sad story. But anyways, okay, the next one here is on my list of top 50 authors, Night Road by Kristen Hanna. I've heard so much about Kristen Hanna, so this is the first book that I saw, and I grabbed it, and it was $1. So it says, why do we always hurt those we love the most? Good question, but I'm excited to dip into her. The next book I have here is, let's see, it says Drowning Ruth. It is a book, Oprah's Book Club novel pick. It's by Christina Schwartz. It looks exciting, and it's Oprah's book club. I don't know, it was $1. So got this book. Okay, the next one is one of the authors on my top 50 list, and this is Kate Morton. I've heard a lot about Kate Morton. This is The Secret Keeper, and this was 50 cents. And when I saw this, I snagged it because I just thought that was a great deal, and she was one of the authors that everyone is raving about, so I wanted to read something from her, so I grabbed this. So the next two books in here, I think some of these are like the ones that I said that I found that are in a series. The first one here is Libba Bray, which I love. I read a short story of hers in Summer Days and Summer Nights that I absolutely loved. The Last Stand of the Synagore, I think what it was called. Loved it. So I saw this and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. So, but I only found 2 in the series. I think I'm just missing the third one, and I don't remember what it's called, but I have A Great and Terrible Beauty. These were $1, and I have Rebel Angels. So I'm not really sure what they're about. Hopefully they're good, but it seems like they're historical based. I don't know if they're romance though, because I'm not really into romance, but maybe there's a little bit of romance and maybe there's a little bit of mysteriousness. Not really sure. It says Gothic. Delicious, elegant Gothic. Okay. You guys let me know, but I got those. But because I read her, I knew that I liked it and thought I would give it a go. Okay, the next ones here, I think they're an older series, but it's an author on my list that I want to try. It's Lauren Oliver, and I got Pandemonium and Delirium. I really would love it in the hardcover because I think it's so pretty. But I have one hardcover, and I think this is the second one, and this is the first one. She actually has a new book coming out in October, so I might pick that up. I'm not really sure, but yeah, she's someone that I want to dive into. So I found these, and they were both $1, but I think they're older, an older collection. I don't know, but it's a bummer that I have books that I don't have the whole collection or set. Okay, last 2 books. This is Joe Hill, The Fireman. This is a honkin' book. This was $3, and this sounded... Okay, sorry about that. My camera died, and these were the last 2 books. Joe Hill is one of the authors that I want to read. He's on my top 50. It just sounded very interesting. It's about a plague. And then this is the other Stephen King book that I found for 50 cents, The Last Castle Rock Story to Needful Things. So excited about both these books. Let me know if any of these books intrigue you, or if you have any recommendations for me. I would love to know. Subscribe if you like these videos. Hi to everyone who's new to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy reading and take care. Bye!